It is the Happy Camper Radio Show, episode 246. I'm Skip. I am a happy camper, and no question about it, my friends. You hang around with us long enough, we're going to make a happy camper out of you. Hello, Daniel.
Hey.
Glad to have you back here in the studio.
Yes, sir.
All right. Hey, on the show today, we're going to be talking to a gentleman who has an RV rental service. Daniel, if you ever thought about RV and you're a tent camper, you don't want to make that big investment up front.
Yeah.
Here's an opportunity to go out and rent an RV. And he's going to tell us in detail what the company is all about and how you can rent your next RV. Or if you have an RV that's sitting around collecting dust, maybe you want to go ahead out and rent it out to some folks. We'll talk about it today on this edition of Happy Camper Radio.
Happy Camper Radio. Happy Camper Radio.
And, of course, the Happy Camper Radio Show can be heard all around the world on many great platforms. You can find us in the iTunes Store and Podbean, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, YouTube Music, Spotify, Amazon Music, Audible, and now on Odyssey, Samsung, and Player FM. Tell all your friends out there to tune in to Happy Camper Radio today. You can find us on the web 24/7 at www.happycamperradio.com. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter at Camp Talker. And if you want to get an idea of what Daniel and I do here in the studio, you want to see us behind the scenes, well, check out our YouTube channel. Daniel, look for that little red box down there with the tent in it. All right?
Uh-huh.
And you notice
Shouldn't it be an RV?
it's going to be an RV sometime, okay? But we
All
don't
right.
want to let our tent campers out of the
All
picture,
right.
okay? So that's why we still got that tent in there. And you notice, check it out, Daniel, I don't have the word subscribe in there.
Yeah.
I don't know why people put the word subscribe. You know, when it's so tiny
Yeah,
and
it
so
is.
small, you need a magnifying glass to look at that.
You really do.
And I don't know too many people that are watching YouTube with a magnifying glass. But that tent camper, you know, if you see the tent camper,
Yep.
and you see the red box, you know you've got the Happy Camper Radio Show.
There you go.
Click on that, and you'll never miss one of our future episodes. Wow, Daniel, where has 2022 gone?
Whew. Fast.
This is our final episode for 2022.
Yeah.
And I've got a great year ahead of
A
me.
full year.
Yes. Of
When did you
RV.
buy the RV again?
I think it was July.
Okay.
Yeah, I bought it in July. And how long did it take before I was out on the road with
I
that?
don't know, a day or two?
No,
seemed-
it took a few
seemed-
days.
Did it?
All right, because I had to get some
Oh,
accessories.
you were planning. Like
Yes.
you were getting all the, bells and whistles and everything set up and everything working. And yeah.
Yeah. And I was out the door like every other week.
You were.
Yeah. So
You're like a stranger.
we're gonna see what 2023 is gonna look at.
It's gonna be fun.
I've got a lot of great destinations. I'm talking about going to Florida. Talking about over in Alabama. I've got relatives over in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and that's where I want to take you and Deidre.
Tennessee's not bad either.
Yes,
I love Tennessee.
Mhm. So yeah, it just gets. Don't we get pumped up just talking about it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Okay, we got a lot in store. But Daniel, our friend Rose,
Uh-huh.
out in California,
Yeah.
what a sweetheart she is. Look
She's
what
the best.
she sent us, Daniel.
Yeah.
Oh my heavens, we got a couple coffee mugs
Yep.
here.
And
Now-
they're camping ones. They're like the lightweight camping
Yeah,
ones.
and the funny thing is, Daniel, I looked at these here, and you put them on the console desk, and I asked, are these both for me?
I know.
But I get one of them, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and you were kind enough to let me decide which one I want.
Right.
Now, one here says, it says sleep under the stars,
Yep.
and the other one says hit the road. And
Yep.
you know what? That's what I'm ready to do.
There you
so
go.
I think I know which one I'm going to take.
Well, I
All
want to
right,
sleep
and
under the stars in
she
that new
also,
tent.
Daniel, she also sent us
Uh-huh.
a tea towel.
Aha.
Look at this. Look at this. Wow. Isn't
Yep.
this beautiful?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love hummingbirds.
Rose, you are a sweetheart. I'm telling you right now. It's great. You know, we've had her on the show a couple times,
Yep.
and I'm sure we're going to be talking to her again. Rose is a former park ranger,
Yep.
all right? And she's got a book out,
Mm-hmm.
and get that book if you ever happen to get an
And the good thing-
opportunity to get on Amazon.
The good thing about those things is like that's the kind of stuff that you can put in your camper. You want to personalize it. You want to make it your own. Like your RV, it's got the camo and the deer and the Labrador Retriever theme. And my parents had a trailer up in the mountains, and it was in Ellijay, Georgia, and Ellijay is the apple capital of Georgia. So it was full of apples. Everything was apples, from salt shakers to towels to everything.
Well,
And-
Daniel, I'm not done.
Uh-oh,
Okay,
what-
yes,
what's
I mean,
going on?
Yeah, I mean, I did plan the bedding that I have in that
Uh-huh.
RV. Yeah, that's all about me.
Yeah.
All right, but I do have some other pictures that I'm thinking about putting up that relate to my lifestyle,
Yeah.
the outdoor lifestyle. And I also am going to buy one of these clocks that are on eBay. I spotted them there, and I say, God, I got to get one of these.
Yeah.
It's a clock with an RV in the center of it,
Uh-huh.
and all the numbers have followed, and it says, "Who cares? We're camping."
There you
Yes,
go.
right.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I mean, things like that. I mean, you want to deck the RV out. You want to make it feel as comfortable and homey as you possibly can. But at the same time, when you're camping, you want to be out and about.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so
Definitely.
the weather's nice. Get outdoors and enjoy it. Daniel, on the show today, we have a gentleman who has an RV service. If you're ever interested in renting an RV, try before you buy. RVs are a very big investment. I would really hate for somebody to go out and buy an RV and say, wow, man, I don't really like this too much. And then
Yep.
they're stuck with all those payments and everything. Well, here's a company that you can reach out to and rent an RV from somebody who has a travel trailer or whatever sitting around, and they're not using it. They've got a lot of great information on their website. Daniel, let's get him on the phone right now.
Happy Camper Radio. Happy Camper Radio.
And joining us on the Happy Camper Radio show today is Stellar Watson of RVezy. Stellar, welcome to the program.
Hey, Skip. Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, glad to have you on board here. Now, you have a company that rents RVs. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's absolutely it. So we're RVezy. So we're essentially the Airbnb for RVs. So if you're an RV owner, you can actually list your RV with us, rent it out with us on the platform, and make money while you're not using it instead of letting it sit in the driveway.
Yeah, and this time of year, a lot of folks have their RVs sitting around. So I know there are a lot of fall and wintertime campers out there that aren't primitive, but that enjoy the RV life and enjoy being out there in the wilderness and taking time away from everyday life. And I know this would be an ideal opportunity for people like that. You have RV rentals pretty much throughout the country?
Exactly, nationwide, all over the U.S. and Canada, actually. So even if you wanted to cross the border on a trip, you can actually do that as well if you're coming from the renter side.
Now, do you have RV rentals, say, like we live here in the metro Atlanta area? So are there a group of people, say, if I wanted to go ahead and rent an RV right now, that there should be a pretty wide range of RVs available?
Definitely. So if you go on the platform, rvz.com, you can search your area down to your small city or town, and usually there's quite a few different units to choose from depending on your location. So whether you wanted a micro trailer, a travel trailer, fifth wheels, any type of motorhome, you can actually experience any one of those on the platform. Sometimes you might have to travel a little bit more, depending on what you want, if you want to really have a specific unit. But yeah, there's quite a few units on the platform, over 10 different types of RVs.
I'm sure that there's going to be some folks out there who are primitive campers that are probably at their wit's end with not winter weather, but wet weather. I mean, I have been drenched. I've been rained on so many times, and that's when I finally decided to go ahead and make the move to get an RV. But if somebody wanted to do this for the very first time, I'm sure there's some things in play here that you got to consider. First of all, the tow vehicle is going to be very important. Knowing what type of RV that you're able to transport is going to be important. Is these things that you go over with folks before they rent?
Yeah, so the website itself is very intuitive, and having delivery as an option is really helpful to most guests and or renters for the first time. Mainly because of what you just said, they don't have the correct truck, they don't know if they have the correct truck or tow vehicle. So you can actually have it delivered to the campsite or to the park, wherever you're looking to camp for the weekend or the week. And have it totally set up for you, ready to go by the owners who own these RVs.
Yes,
which is really helpful for those first-time campers.
and this is something that I would encourage everybody who is interested in renting an RV to consider. It's something I definitely did before I bought my new RV this past summer, and that's to look over your owner's manual and see exactly what the towing capacity of your vehicle is before you even start considering looking for an RV to rent, because that's going to be very important. I know when I went up to buy my RV, the dealer was real specific about that. Here's some RVs that I'm going to show you. We cannot go above that because your vehicle cannot tow anything else but these type of trailers. So yeah, that's something that I think that everybody would really need to do right up front. That's probably going to be one of the most important things. And of course, you're going to have a hitch on the back of your vehicle too. Some people will want to tow their vehicle by a car. Some people will be towing by trucks, which already have a fitting. Most of them do. So you can put a 2-inch ball hitch on the back and begin towing.
Right, absolutely. And what's nice is because they're all privately owned, you get to ask the owners of these units all these questions beforehand. So you're in really good hands with RVezy and with the private owner themselves, right? And whenever we hear from renters, whether they're on the trip or before the trip, about any preparation, we just say, reach out to the owner because they know their RVs the best, of course, right? So, and there's so much to an RV and making sure it's set up properly, making sure that you're ready to tow. That they're the best person to talk to because you do a full inspection. So you walk around, you get to learn the RV with the owner before you go. So you take a half an hour, make sure you know how everything works. And that makes the whole process quite seamless.
Now, is there any limit, a time limit for a person to rent an RV? Say, can they go out for maybe 3 days, a week, 2 weeks, a month? Is there any specific limit on that?
No specific limit, but that is set by the owner. So sometimes owners only want to take a week rental. If they're really busy in their life, they might not be able to do 2-day rentals because they might not be able to fit that into their schedule, but they can make the time to do a week schedule. But then there's a lot of owners on the site who go down right to 1-night rentals, and they'll offer that. There's no limit. Some people rent for the month as well, and then we also have people that go down south. So they'll rent a unit. I mean, you're really lucky as an owner to get one of these because they'll take your unit for 6 months and they'll go and stay, somewhere in Florida, Arizona, something like that, somewhere warm. That's it's a nice paycheck coming in for the owner once that's all done.
I think this is an ideal program for just about anybody that wants to consider RV life because let's face it, if you're going to go out and buy an RV, regardless of the size, it's going to be a big investment. And chances are you're going to have payments for many, many years down the road. So you really need to, dive deep into this here and decide, yes, this is something I want to do. And this is probably the best option available for anybody considering getting into the RV life, because I would hate to go buy an RV and then decide, well, wow, I just don't have the time, or maybe this is something I don't want. And now you're stuck with this RV and all those payments. So, this is a way for folks to get in there and try it out and decide before you buy. And, I would definitely do that if I was just, getting into the RV life for the first time.
Yeah, definitely. And we're sort of spreading that a lot more now is try before you buy, right? Exactly what you just said. This is a big purchase, and you want to make sure that you like the unit before you make that purchase. And that's again where the private ownership of these units comes into play, because you can ask them, you take it for the weekend. You're like, hey, I really liked it. Is there anything that you don't like or that you really like about this RV compared to the next model? And they might tell you, I wish I got the one with the bigger shower, just because when I go on week-long vacations, it becomes a lot because the shower's a little too small, or the bathroom's a little bit too small. Depending if you want the bunkhouse, whether you have kids or you're just a couple. There's lots of different factors that you might not think of from just a weekend trip. So having the ability to talk to the private owners about the units themselves, the try before you buy method is, it's perfect for before you make the big purchase.
Now, just like going out and renting a car, naturally the vehicle is going to have to be insured, correct?
Exactly. Yeah. So if you're an owner coming onto the platform, you do have to have your own personal policy. Although our commercial policy will take over for any rental, so your personal policy will never be affected. But the way it works is there's a service fee on the owner side, and then the renter will also pay a daily premium, whether they want standard or premium insurance. They'll pay a different rate per day. But yeah, we have commercial coverage on all units that go on rental.
Well, that's awesome. Um, I hate to ask this question, but have you ever experienced a situation where a customer went out and rented an RV and had an unfortunate situation?
It happens. So the nice thing is that the claim rate in general is actually under 3%. So if you take that into all the factors of renting someone else's RV, I would say that that's pretty great and under a 3% claim rate. But I mean, there's things that have happened, and we have a full insurance team in house. So they'll walk you through every step of the way if you were unfortunate enough to run into a situation like that. But again, very unlikely, just the way that the whole program is set up. They'll walk through beforehand. You have 24/7 roadside assistance. So we put as much protection out there beforehand to make sure that nothing goes wrong.
Now, what is the payment structure like?
The payment structure. So right now, what happens is you take the booking, and then the renter will pay for the unit. Once your booking starts, you'll actually get paid out right away, and it'll take from 1 to 3 business days to go into your account. So as soon as the booking starts, you're getting paid, which is nice. And people are looking to book all the way up to 6 months in advance, 8 months in advance. So we already have bookings for next summer. June, July, August. There's already bookings coming in, so it's nice because you can really bank up that revenue ahead of time, and then come the summer months. Your bookings are taking place, and then you're getting those paychecks.
Now, Stellar, if I want to go to your website and I'm a customer looking to rent an RV, are there photographs of those RVs on there for people to see to decide, yeah, this is the type of a travel trailer or whatever that I want to go ahead and rent?
There is, yeah. So you're going to see, if you go on the website, you're going to see listings in your area, very similar to a VRBO or an Airbnb listing. So you're going to flip through. There's usually around 5 to 10 pictures of each unit. So you see the inside, the outside. All the amenities are listed there. There's a nice description of the unit. And this is all built by the owner, so you get the real details that you need before making the decision to rent the unit that you'd like.
Okay. And tell us about the service fee. I know you brought that up here too.
Yeah, so there's a 20% service fee for on the owner's side. So when you list your RV, it's basically a 20-80 split, right? So if you have a booking for $1,000, you keep $800, and then the other 20% would come to us. And that covers all your fees associated. So you're never paying anything up front, free to list, free to use the service. It's just once you get a booking, you'll have that 20% service fee attached.
This sounds so fascinating. How long has RVezy been in business?
We started up in 2016, so we're going strong. I mean, year over year, we're experiencing tremendous growth. So it's really great to see on our side. And I mean, the RV lifestyle is much bigger than I thought when I originally joined the company. And it's really nice to see the growth year over year.
I'll tell you, and I'm speaking from experience here because, being a new RV owner, after I purchased my RV, I jumped right into it. And I was, being here in the metro Atlanta area, there are many great lakes around here and many great campgrounds. And I was on the road just about every other week. And it's a lifestyle that, once you get into it, it is something you're not going to turn back. You're not going to go pitch a tent ever again. It's something that you're going to enjoy. Your family is going to enjoy. So this is something that really I would encourage everybody to take a look at. If you're considering going out and buying an RV, try it before you buy. And you can go ahead and talk to the folks over here at RVezy. Do you have any tips on being successful with this?
Yeah, the main tips for being successful, I mean, it's not a whole lot, right? You have the app downloaded on your phone. As long as you keep your calendar up to date. So, if you're using the RV, if you're away for a week, if you're unable to take any bookings, you just make sure that you block off those dates in advance. On your listing, you want to have at least 5 to 10 pictures. The more, the merrier. And then same with your description. You want to really give all the details you can because that's really your place to sell your RV. As there might be many RVs in your area. So, you really want to give the best description because that's what the renters or the guests are looking for. Other than that, I mean, you have to have a quick response time. So if I'm a renter and I'm sending out a booking request, I'm likely going to send it out to, 3-4 people at one time when I'm looking for different units. So you want to be the first one on your phone, respond back. And then you want to make sure that you're not letting any booking request expire. So you have to accept or decline each booking request within 48 hours. And that's something that we haven't mentioned yet is you actually have the opportunity to accept or decline any booking request that comes in. So for whatever reason you feel uncomfortable with the renter, that's not a problem. You can go ahead and decline that booking. And those are the main things to being successful. You want to have a nice listing, make sure it looks good. And the nice part is we're here to help every step of the way. So if you want to call in after you make your listing, let us know if you have any questions, and we'll see if we can help you out. And we'll also make sure that your listing is ready to go for the best experience.
Well, this sounds like a fantastic program for both people who have RVs that they want to rent, as well as for individuals who are considering renting an RV for an upcoming vacation or just even a weekend getaway. Stellar, where is the best place that folks can learn about RVezy? You have a website, obviously. Where is it?
Yeah, so it's RVezy.com, so RVezy.com. And you can also give us a call at our 1-800 number. And, you can ask for the, whether you're an owner calling in, you can talk to the owner success team. We have a full onboarding team for new owners. And then if not, you can call, just call the 1-800 number, and then you'll talk to the customer service line.
Today we're talking with Stellar Watson of RVezy. If you're considering renting an RV or if you have an RV that you want to rent out, check him out right now, RVezy.com. Stellar, thank you so much for being on the program, and best of luck with your program yourself.
Thanks so much, Skip. Thanks for having me.
Wow, Daniel, what do you think?
That was awesome.
Yeah. Imagine, you don't know if you want to buy an RV or not. You go to a lot of these shows like we talk about.
Yep.
You dream about it, but do you want to make that big investment? Wow. Why not try before you buy?
Absolutely.
I think that's great. I think it's wonderful that there's a service like that available.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to go out and rent an RV, or let's say you're an RV owner and you just have your RV sitting around collecting dust, here's a way to make some money off it. So Thank you so very much, Stellar. Glad to have you on the program, and best of luck to you here. It's time now for our featured campground of the week right here on the Happy Camper Radio Show.
Happy Camper Radio.
Daniel, let's go up to the state of Virginia.
Virginia, I've been there.
Okay, so have I. And I'll tell you, I love the Virginia mountains.
Yeah, that is the nice part of Virginia.
They are absolutely beautiful. Yes.
Shenandoahs.
Okay, we're going to go up to the George Washington and Jefferson National Forest area to the Cave Mountain Lake Family Camp. Daniel, this is a beautiful place, and if I get out of the metro area anytime, all right, it's a definite blessing for me. Okay, but this is a great campground here, and of course they're closed right about now. The season's going to open April 1st, but the Cave Mountain Lake offers 41 reservable campsites at this time. Amenities at the campsite include picnic table, lantern post, a campfire ring and grill, flush toilets, water spigots are located throughout the campground, and of course there's a bathhouse with warm water showers located across the road from campsite number 20. All the information is right there on the website, and we're going to have a link to it all week long on happycamperradio.com. Check it out. And be sure to look through some of the need to know before you go items at the very bottom of the page. Okay, so you want to make sure you have all those things, in the back of your mind before you get out there, so there's never any surprises. Also, folks, remember, don't move firewood. Protect those trees from those killing insects, those pesky little insects you're bringing from other areas, and you can avoid that by purchasing your firewood locally and burning it on site. For more information, check out don'tmovefirewood.org. They got a link to it all week long on Happy Camper Radio. But hey, folks, if you're looking for a great campground to go to in the state of Virginia, maybe this spring or summer, consider the Cave Mountain Lake Family Camp located in Virginia. It is our featured campground of the week right here on the Happy Camper Radio Show.
Skip and Daniel. HappyCamperRadio.com.
Wow, Daniel, you can sing right along with them.
Maybe that was good. I was the backup.
Yeah, you're looking for a part-time job? You maybe
Yeah.
go to work for a jingle
I got
company.
time.
And remember, friends, if you have a campground you'd like for us to feature, be sure to go ahead and get in touch with me, Skip, S-K-I-P, at happycamperradio.com or...
Daniel at Happy Radio. Well, dang it. I screwed it up. Daniel at happycamperradio.com.
Yeah, nobody could forget you, Dan.
I never, that's the first time I messed that up.
Yeah, you certainly did. But anyway, Daniel, this is going to wrap up for 2022, our last episode of the year. We're going to come back next year. We're going to be fired up. We're going to be more excited than we ever have been. Our 10th year doing Happy Camper Radio. Wow. Remember, friends, every pet deserves a loving home. I want you to do exactly as I did. Visit your local shelter and adopt a pet today. You can find us on the web 24/7 at www.happycamperradio.com. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter at Camp Talker. And of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel. The Happy Camper Radio Show is a presentation of Skip Huber Productions. I'm Skip. I am a happy camper. Daniel is always a happy camper. Mr. Bandana himself.
You know it.
And you better believe it, folks. We're going to make a happy camper out of you. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you. Catch you in 23. Bye-bye, everybody.